Hi, and welcome to another section of AI automation course. And in this video, we are going to learn how you can set up your own local environment for N8N development. So, first of all, when I say N8N, the first question which will pop in your mind is what is this N8N? So, basically, N8N is an automation software which will let you create automated workflows without even writing a single line of code. So although it provides you the facility for writing your own script, but the tools which it provides are far more than enough. So if you go to n8n.io, you will find probably this type of interface until and unless they haven't updated it. So the interface after installation will look something like this. We have these nodes and we connect these nodes through these arrows. It starts from left side and all the way go to the right side. So if you go to the use cases of this N8N, you are going to find a bunch of different areas where this N8N automation is being utilized. So for example, if I open this N8N workflow, you can see that it can be used with MCP servers. Here they have developed a workflow for Supabase server where an AI agent interact with Supabase and it has the RAG capabilities and can perform the CRUD operations. So you can read the documentation of this workflow. Although I don't think so we are going to use these predefined workflows. We are going to make our own workflows, but since it's an introduction, that's why I want you to know about the powers of N8N. It's quite powerful tool. So if there is another workflow which will automatically let you publish AI generated videos using Telegram, Chatbot 4 and Blotato app, and this is the complex workflow. At first glance, these workflows might seem a bit technical, but let me tell you, they aren't that much technical. It's quite simple. All you need to do is to just drag and drop and configure few things. And then this is another example. You can even sell these workflows. This is used for scraping information from Google Maps for the business, and they are using this Mistral AI along with these Google Sheets, and the workflow looks something like this. And one of my favorite workflow is this monitoring authentication. So the use case is quite amazing. You can monitor the authentic user authentication activity and can detect the unusual sign-ins and report it to your security engineers or security engineering team. Either you are an engineer or developer or technical officer or administrator, this N8N software is like must to learn tool, at least in the age of AI automation. So in order to use this N8N tool, there are three different ways basically. First way is to use or utilize this N8N through their official page. Their pricing are, I think, a bit too high, especially on the monthly basis. They will cost you $24, but you do not need to worry about anything. They will manage all the setup for you. So you can either sign up for this product, although N8N itself is open source, so that's why the other method is to use website like Elastio, which will let you host the open source software, and they have an image for N8N as well. And I think Elastio is bit cheaper as compared to the official N8N plan. If you go to the pricing, I think it will cost you something around $11 per month as compared to their $24. So if you select this Linode plan, and here as you can see we have one CPU, one GPU, and the monthly cost is around $11, which I think is a bit better than their official plan. And the third way is to self-host this N8N, and in this course we are going to stick with the third option, which is 100% free, and it's perfect for at least the learning process. So again, if you go to docs and click on this self-host N8N, you can use the Docker for hosting this N8N software. Now, when I say Docker, the first question which obviously pop you in your mind is that now what is this Docker thing? So basically, if you go to docker.com, it's a software or a platform that provides an environment where you can run containers. Now, the second question is, what are containers? You can think of a container as an isolated environment. So each container has its own environment, and think of them as isolated boxes that contain the app, its code, libraries, dependencies, and all the runtime environment setup. So usually when you develop an application and you give it to someone else, then before running the app, they have to install all the necessary libraries, set up all the dependencies, prepare the environment, and only then they will be able to run your app. And the most important thing here is that this process is quite tedious. So Docker made this process quite simple. All you need to do is to just download the container image of that app and run it inside Docker. So we are going to download the N8N container image and we'll run it inside our Docker. So first of all, just go to docker.com and download this Docker desktop depending on your operating system. After downloading the Docker desktop, the installation is quite straightforward. All you need to do is to just double click the installer, click next, 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 and it will, and the installer will install the Docker desktop for you. After installing Docker desktop, if you search for Docker, you are going to find this type of interface. It isn't necessary for you to sign in. If you wish, you can sign in, but let's not sign in. And then just search in this search bar for N8N. And here, as you can see, we have the N8N image from their official N8N IO. So just pull this image. It will take something around 1 to 2 minutes, so let's wait for its installation. Once an N8N container image is ready, all you need to do is to just click somewhere else and just go to these images, and here, as you can see, we have an N8N image. uh, you are going to find here something like 1 second ago, 2 second ago, but I have installed this N8N image 9 days ago as well, and then I just deleted it. So that's why after reinstalling it, I am still getting here these 9 days ago. So then just click on this run, and these are some important settings which you need to make. So just click here, and we need to specify the port. So the port in this case is going to be 5678. Let's stick with the default one, 5678. Okay, and then we need to specify this host path. So this is where the N8N is going to save its data. So this is the like physical path on your hard drive, and then we have the container path. So this is where the Docker is going to save the N8N data inside the Docker engine, and both of these paths will have the same data. So you can think of them like one is physical and other one is virtual, just for the Docker engine. So let's select this host path, and I'm going to save it inside my documents, and let's create here a new folder. I'll name it n8n-data. Just select this folder, and then in the container path we need to specify this path, slash home slash node slash dot n8n. So make sure to type it exactly like this, and then we need to set up few environment variables. But before going to these environment variables, there is one more thing which I need to introduce to you, and that is this ngrok. Now what is ngrok? So basically, when you start your N8N container, it is going to run locally, but we want this N8N to interact with external applications like Gmail, Twilio, or various databases and AI agent, and most of these tools are going to access N8N through webhooks. And to make it publicly accessible, we are going to use the ngrok, which provides a secure public URL for the local web servers for free. So to make it accessible, again, we just need to use this ngrok, which is completely free. All you need to do is to sign up, but for me, let's log in. I have already created an account. Once login, all you need to do is to download this ngrok CLI. So just select your agent from these agents, and I'm going to use Windows, but I'm not going to use any kind of SDK, so just leave it as it is. And then if you have Chocolatey, then obviously all you need to do is to just copy this command and install ngrok. But since I don't have, and I think most of you don't have as well, click on this download button, and here you can see we are going to get a zip file. So just click on this zip file and just extract the zip file to some suitable location. I have extracted the zip file inside my C directory, and all you need to do now is to just copy this path and search for environment variables. Then click here environment variables, and just go to path under system variables and click here edit. Then click on this new button and paste the path right here. So I have already imported the path. Click OK, OK, and OK. Now if you open the command prompt cmd and type here ngrok, you are going to see something like this. If you are getting this type of output, this means ngrok is successfully installed. And now just go back to the documentation. In the next step, we are going to deploy our app. So you can use either this domain, which is going to change from time to time, or you can use this static domain. So I'll recommend to you that you should use the static domain with Docker. Otherwise, every time before running the Docker, you need to put the new assigned domain. So just go to static domain, and here you are going to find a button which will say something like claim your free static domain, something like this. So just click on that button, and after this you are going to find something like this. So just copy this URL, go back to the Docker, and now we need to set up the environment variables according to the ngrok. First of all, we are going to use the community tools with N8N. That's why we need to put this variable N8N community package allow tool usage. That is going to be true. And then we need to configure another variable which is going to be our base URL. So in this case, the base URL is this URL, which in this case is generous or fish pure and grok free, for me at least. For you this might be different, so just copy this URL and make sure to put this https. So ngrok by default provide the https domains. Then the third variable is going to be webhook URL, and it is going to be exactly the same URL. So just copy it, and this is, I think, one of the most important variable. And finally we need to configure a fourth URL, and that is going to be this binary data mode. So whenever we run workflows in N8N, each workflow produces some binary data, and by default N8N stores that binary data in our memory. So if your system has a very limited amount of memory, then you can store that binary data uh, on your file system instead of the memory. So we are going to use the file system instead of memory. That's why I just configure this binary data mode and put it to file system. So it also supports the AWS S3 buckets, but I think that will make things bit complicated. So that's why let's stick with the file system for this tutorial. And these are the settings which we need to make, and just click here run, and I hope everything will work fine. After getting this message, editor is now accessible via this URL. What you need to do is to go back to the documentation again. You need to run this command in your terminal, cmd terminal. So just copy it and paste it inside the terminal and just run it. So what it is going to do is to configure the ngrok configuration according to your authentication key. And with this, the ngrok setup is completed. All now you need to do is to copy this final line of code, and again just go back to the command prompt. Let me remove this one and paste that command prompt right here. And by default the port is 80, but since our docker is running on port 5670, that's why we need to remove this 80 from here and need to put here 5670 and hit enter. After this, now if I click on this URL, it will be accessible. There you might find something like this website is going to redirect you to N8N generous, something like that. So make sure to click on that button, redirect to it, and after that step you're going to see this type of window. But for me, I think they trust me, that's why. But I think, and but for me, that message didn't appear, so that's why you I wasn't able to show that step. But it's just a single button. All you need to do is to click a button. Then we need to create an account, so let's quickly set up an account. Click next, and with this, our N8N self-hosted setup has been completed. I'm going to select, I am not going to use an N8N for work, although I do use it, but at least not in this video. And I heard about it from YouTube, and just click on get started. Just skip it, and this is the first window which you are going to find. And I think with this window we should end this tutorial as well, and from the next window onwards we are going to talk about workflows, credentials, executions, and everything else in detail, and we'll create our workflows. So I'll see you there. Bye bye.